To the computer. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to these um, Cosmic Ascension Waves of Light, or the Call, with myself, Soma Arah, and Alex Nielsen.
Nelson.
Nelson, thank
Nelson.
you. And today's date is the 27th of October, 2025, and it is 9:30 here in Ireland. So, welcome, Alex. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Soma. I really appreciate you having me on. My name is Alex Nelson. I am the founder of ascendpathway.org, an online spiritual community to help people that have awakened to find their way to personal and collective ascension. I'm also the author of the book titled Restoring the Divine Masculine. It is a call to masculines and feminines to take a look at themselves to return back to harmony and balance. I also have a school community where we encourage healers and those that want healing into the same place so that we can link them up with each other. And I'm also a rapid transformational therapist and the CEO of Rising Phoenix Healing.
Wow, there's a lot there.
Yeah, a
So,
little bit.
yeah. So I wanted to connect in with you for um, the last couple of months actually, since we met. I wanted to find time to sit down and connect, and I kind of wanted to do it offline, but here we are online doing it. So please, I have so many questions in my mind for you. I haven't written anything down, but I do have questions for you. Um, about who you are now in the world, what you bring, what you're doing. I love the subject of your book because I think that's such a thing at the moment where the energies are really needing to be balanced between the male and female. And I think that's something that is part of the conscious evolutionary period that we're in. That's an aspect of it very
Uh-huh.
strongly. So I love the title of your book. And um where can people get that? Is it on Amazon
It
or
is. Yeah.
okay.
You can get it on Amazon. And then the only other forms are if you live in Colorado, or I guess I could mail it out to people, but I can get personal copies sent to myself. But Amazon would be the best bet for now
Okay.
until I get it into more stores.
Yes. Yeah. And it's I think I'm probably going to buy Dennis a copy because I think it would really help him as well, being a male energy. So, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with your childhood or what you're doing now, or
Yeah, we can start at the beginning. I find that's a great place to start in most cases. So I started out, I mean, so if we're looking at, I mean, before I was born, from the like pre-incarnation state, it
do you
took me a while
remember?
to get to this understanding, is that I believe that I chose a family and a position and a time and a name and a date and all the things to put me in alignment with what I'm doing now.
Hmm.
And on this journey from the age 3 moving on, I experienced a lot of trauma. I was diagnosed with CPTSD, which is complex post-traumatic distress syndrome
And
or
how old
disorder.
were you when you were diagnosed? That's very young to be diagnosed.
No, I was diagnosed with this when I was 34.
Okay.
So I had lived my entire life. I'm 38 now, almost 39, but I've lived my entire life not knowing what was going on with me. So I had these, and I've been diagnosed with a myriad of disorders. I have ADD, anorexia, insomnia, anxiety, depression, there was a mild form, they said psychosis, but that was because of like the spiritual aspects that I was gaining, and I
Yeah.
didn't have a community to help me explore that adequately.
Yeah. Which is what happens. That's very
Yeah,
common.
yeah. Yeah, that happens a lot in the spiritual community, which is actually why I host a weekly event on every Sunday for people that are awakening, to show them that like you're not the only one out there. We're all here together. It's just like an introductory, just hang out. And then we actually have multiple different levels of growth opportunities within my Ascend Pathway platform. But growing up with these traumas, I found my way into various different addictions, trying to cope and understand and just get by, you know. And there were a lot of like I was always that child who I would lay awake at night and I would just think and think and think, ponder on the manner of things, existence, what's God, why am I here? You know, all the big questions. I was raised very religious, LDS, which is Mormons, if any viewers are familiar with this one. And I would pray and cry out to God, and I would get nothing back. So then I began to feel abandoned by God. And that spiraled into a dark night of the soul where it was just a downward spiral, downward spiral. I had a lot of experiences with suicide attempts, and I know this is a lot of heavy information.
It's okay.
But it's me. It's my life, you know, and it's not to deter people, but it's to give a perspective on like what I've been through and what has gotten me here now.
Yeah.
And I've always been, I like to think, fairly awake. So I always saw issues with the system. I found loopholes in the religion. I noticed, and I mean, so the culmination of my book was me observing how the masculine and feminine interacted. And from an early age, I noticed like there's an imbalance here. Like women aren't treated the way that they should be treated. They aren't appreciated the way that they should be appreciated. Men have this power, this control, and I noticed this desperation for masculines to maintain that power. And throughout history, in order to achieve those ends, they have had to create these patriarchal systems that put us all into separate boxes, right? And then I went through my dark night of the soul and had my official, I think my official awakening October 17th, 2024, so just over a year ago.
Okay.
And that morning, this sticks with me. It was so I was laying in bed and I heard a female voice speak out. I mean, just like it was in my room, right? And I know that I was home alone, no one was there, but it was a female voice. It said, Alex, it's time.
Wow.
And I got this like awakening feeling. And I just shot up in bed and I said, yeah, all right, let's go. Like, what do I do? Like, give me the instructions, give me the instructions. And then the voice just came through saying, it'll come to you, which, you know, was for me, I like would like clear directions, but a lot of this is based off of faith, I believe. And I believe the words that came through to me were from the divine feminine.
Yeah. As you're talking, I can see an image of a goddess type feminine energy. Very ancient, very old, with not old, but young, but very ancient energy. And she's got dark skin. She kind of reminds
Hmm.
me of um a goddess that I once saw, very similar to that. Kind of
Do you
Egyptian
see an
or
image? Does she have brown hair too?
yes, long,
Brown hair,
yeah.
kind of a rounder face,
Well, round but thin.
round but thin. Okay.
She's not fat.
Okay, so the image I'm getting is a little bit different. But that's fine. I'm new to channeling and like you're more experienced. So I'm a big part of all of this is like discernment. As I've become more awakened to channeling, I've noticed it's very important to like know who's coming through, why they're coming through, how they're coming through. That is a journey that I've just embarked on recently. So continuing on with the awakening story, I mean, and this was about a year into me like really trying to awaken. I was doing all the meditations, all the practices, all the Kundalini meditations. And it just like I was craving it so bad, it just never happened. And when it finally did, I think accepting that role and that position is like, okay, so this is the call, right? We all get called to something when we awaken, and it's answering that call, taking that leap of faith, trusting that every step of the way you'll be guided. So that morning, I hopped on YouTube and this video popped up of this woman. Her name is Candice Ryan. It's Candice Ryan Reiki is her YouTube channel. And I watched her video. It touched a part of my soul. I reached out to her and booked a session with her. During the session, I spoke and said like, "All right, I don't know what I feel drawn to you. I don't know what it is." She recognized something in me. Within that week, she flew out to so she was living in Texas and she flew out to Colorado, and that was like the first step, right? And we put together my first Heal the World event. It was November 11th, so 11/11/2024. We had ten panelists volunteering their healing skills, offering it for free online. Um, we raised money for single moms. And during this event, I met a bunch of other people, and they're just pieces, right? We're all just different pieces, part of the same play. And since then, I've just been struggling with faith, and I was like, oh, I don't know if this is good. I spent all my money on marketing or advertising or my websites, and I ran out of money. But because I think that I put my faith in this, abundance fell into my lap. So I was able to be financially secure. As I've been growing and moving forward, I've created Ascend Pathway, which, as I mentioned before, is an online spiritual community for those that are looking to ascend, that have awakened. But also, one of the missions that the Divine Feminine gave me was to heal the world, which is a pretty big task, right? Like, there's a lot of there's a lot of people in the
There's a
world.
lot of people. Yeah. Well,
So
there's a
I
lot
figured
of
out a way
people
to
that
do
need
it.
healing. There's a lot of people that need healing.
Yeah, yeah. So it's bringing healers and people that need healing together as a healer be healed.
Yeah.
And you can find all this at my school platform, ascend like school.com/ascend pathway.
And
And
school has a funny spelling. How do you spell school?
it's SKOOL.
Okay.
Yeah, so that I think that might deter some people because they're typing in school. And it's not a school, I mean, per se, I guess. We are teaching people how to identify their shadow sides, do the healing work. And if you are a person that wants healing, if you're done with suffering, you need to put in the work. Healing's not easy, it's painful, but I promise on the other side, it is worth it. It
It,
is so worth it.
yeah. It is. It's difficult. It's very difficult to start healing yourself, and it's like trudging through mud sometimes,
Hmm.
especially with the dark night of the soul and um, something you were mentioning earlier about all the um, diagnoses. So I would be under the labels of ADHD, and I've had PTSD. I've also been told I still have it, but I'm kind of a bit more observant about that rather than saying yes to that. Um, but also have autism and dyslexia, and um, so those are some of the labels I have. But I think a lot of them are just labels that, they, to me, in my understanding, they're a misdiagnosis because I just believe that they are spiritual aspects of us evolving into a more crystalline human being. And I
Hmm.
think some of those attributes are needed in order for for humanity to physiologically change and move into a more enlightened or crystalline human being. I think those aspects need to be there. I don't see any. It's kind of an evolutionary step with the with some of the diagnosis, in my understanding anyway, of ADHD and autism and even Down syndrome, I think as well.
Hmm.
Um, so this is kind of just a short intro, but I'm looking forward to doing more with you. And you please forgive me, everyone. I wanted this to be an hour, but I do have diabetes, and I just ate um, a large meal, and I kind of ate too much. And of course, when I eat, I always get really tired. So, but I would like to do much more with you. I really resonate with you and your work, and it feels like we're doing very similar things,
Hmm.
reaching people that to help them.
Yeah.
Um, so this is just a short intro, Alex.
No,
So
that's fine. Yeah. And we can definitely do more episodes moving forward. That would be great. How much time do you have? How much time do you want to keep going for?
well, I was thinking maybe we could wrap it up. Um, please share how people can reach you.
Yeah, absolutely. I would like to make one note based on the neurodivergence that you brought up. Neurodivergence is a gift. It's not a disorder. They label us with disorders because we're not fitting into their box, or their system, to be the sheep that they want us to be. And ADD, autism, insomnia, these things, they're aligned with different gifts, and we can help you discern and unlock these gifts and use them for, like, you don't have to live in the matrix. You don't have to live amongst the system. You can join others just like us. And you can find me at school.com/ascend pathway. That's SKOOL.com/ascend pathway. ASCEND PATHWAY. You can also find me on, I have TikTok. It's Alex Rarin. It's AlexRaawing. And then I have TikTok, or sorry, Instagram, ascend_pathway. You can find my book on Amazon.com. It's Restoring the Divine Masculine, and there are calls to action in there to find me on these different sites. So if you are a healer, if you have any interest in being healed, if you want to find your tribe, you can find us there.
And that's fantastic. And do you also have a website?
Yes, we have ascendpathway.org. And then for my personal sessions, those are a little pricier. That's $400 a session I charge for a rapid transformational therapy session, which that is exquisite because it can take any ailment you have. So for me, I've had insomnia my entire life. It took me one session to cure my insomnia doing this method. So that costs $400 a session. You can find me there at risingphoenixhealing.org.
That's pretty impressive. What, one
Yeah,
session?
it saved my life.
Mm.
It has changed my entire life.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Alex. And I'm just sorry
Absolutely.
that this is so short.
No, it's fine. There have been a lot of energies. I've been feeling exhausted today and yesterday. I think it's going around. I think we're getting close to a very big conscious shift. And so preparing for that, it's going to make us star seeds and light workers feel it more than the rest.
Yeah, because we always seem to be at the forefront of everything, which is,
I
um,
know.
yeah,
It's like right when we get done with the integration phase, we got to process, and then yeah, well, we're the first ones so that we get to show the way for the rest that follow.
yeah, and it's never ending.
Nope.
It's never
And
ending.
that's the beauty of it too. We don't want it to end. We really don't at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Soma. I really appreciate you having me. And for anyone watching, this woman is an actual Pleiadian channel. Like you can tell if you listen to her. You should come and attend her Saturday and Sunday Pleiadian channel sessions every week, and you'll see for yourself. It's definitely worth it.
Thank you so much, Alex. What a beautiful thing to say. And thank you. I love you. And I shall see you soon, my brother.
Likewise.
Okay.